Star Wars The Rise of Skywalker is said to have many different revelations that will lead to many saga-wide implications within the Skywalker saga itself by director J.J. Abrams. This is Mike Zero. Make sure to subscribe if you are new to the channel for future Star Wars content. So what's really intriguing about this film is that we do know that Episode 9 really is going to be a revelation movie. It's going to have a lot of twists and turns that's going to change our view on not just the original trilogy, but also the prequels by creator George Lucas himself. Now, the fact that J.J. Abrams is really going that far to these reveals that will have a major impact on episodes 1 through 8, it really tells us that he's very ambitious at making this movie really big and really basically making it a Star Wars film that's going to have a massive impact on the entire saga. Now, these past couple of weeks or so, we've been learning a whole lot more about this film, and when it all comes down to one of the concept art descriptions, this is where things begin to get very exciting for Episode 9. Now, specifically, what's really intriguing about all of this is that it's described a description of Rey on an unknown world, where it's described that she is on her speeder and heading toward a large, tall, metallic structure that is built into a large canyon that is said to be the home of her own father. It's described that this eventually leads to a moment in which Rey enters through the doors and travels into the basement, where she discovers old recordings of her father in the form of audio. It's said that Rey's father is explaining new secrets about the Force and the Jedi, and that midichlorians in the galaxy were created by the Beyond, and that the Beyond is a place that holds the power of other microorganisms that weaken midichlorians. Microorganisms that are able to benefit a dark sider user or a light side user far more. The sequence is described to add more of an explanation about the origins of the Force and exactly how midichlorians were created in the Star Wars universe, and that it all started thousands of years ago in the Beyond. The sequence is described to change how fans view Episode 1, The Phantom Menace, and how the Force really began. So let me stop right here for a second, because I gotta say the whole Beyond thing is really starting to sound like the Big Bang Theory for Star Wars Episode 9. That's just my perception. Now, when we think about Episode 9, we do know that this movie is going to be an all-out war and a war to end all wars, as John Boyega has said, and even as J.J. Abrams said, that this movie really is going to go all out when it comes to the action, such as the space battles and the land battles, and etc., etc. But this sequence is where it gets scientific, alright, where it begins to get very scientific from Rey's father. Now, Rey's father is going to play an important role in this story. Even J.J. Abrams confirmed this, that Rey's parents is going to be a focus in the overall plot of Episode 9. There's a whole lot more to the story to tell there that will be explained to the audience come December of this year. So, the fact that midichlorians started over in the Beyond, this is very intriguing, and it's going to change our view, it said, from, of course, our view to Episode 1, The Phantom Menace, which is when Qui-Gon Jinn started talking about midichlorians. Now, back then, a lot of people weren't really agreeing with the concept of midichlorians, and now we can see that JJ is trying to shed more light on what midichlorians really are, other than them just being microorganisms that flow through every living being. There's more to the story. It's more about the origins of the midichlorians that's going to change our view of the prequel trilogy and everything Star Wars. So what I like about this is that this seems like JJ is trying to make Rey's father somewhat very important to elements of the Force and the Jedi, right? We still don't know exactly what his role in this film is going to be, as far as what's the payoff of the character being in the movie going to be, right? What's the purpose of it all? Well, we do know that Rey goes on a personal mission. There's that, and that also, the things that she learns about her father in this film will be used to evolve the character, so there's also that. But as far as Rey's father and Rey's father alone as a character, is there going to be a true purpose as to why he's in the movie? That's a big mystery as of right now. Now, the thing that I like about this is that it really does kind of go into what we have been talking about a couple of months now, that this movie really is going to dig deep into the origins of the Force and the galaxy. Now, I think it's pretty safe to say that the fact that J.J. Abrams wants to really talk more about midichlorians and really show us the origins of it all is to really look at the prequels, you know, in a different way by George Lucas. And that's the big plan by Disney and Lucasfilm with many other aspects of Episode 9, is that it is going to change how we view the prequel trilogy era, which is going to be a big risk. I'm not going to lie, it's going to be a very big risk by Disney and Lucasfilm. You know, if they don't get it right, it's not not going to sit well with a lot of fans. So it's all about making these revelations, right? These twists and turns executed very well on the big screen with the right dialogue, the right music that goes along with it, how the scenes are set up. I digress. So, with that being said, the thing about Rey's father, the fact that he is a central piece in the second act of the film for one of Rey's personal missions in this movie. After all, like I say, Marianne, the editor of this film, said that this movie is a big movie, hinting that it could very well be the longest Star Wars film in movie history within the franchise. Anyways, guys, drop a comment below. Let me know what you think about all of this in the comments. And if you guys did enjoy the content for today, do make sure to drop a thumbs up on this video to support the channel. I thank you all so very much for the kind support, and I'll catch you guys next time.
Gun in hand, we are alone again. No hiding on the one from night to morning.